There we go. I mean, I hear managers say we need time, we need time. Is this what we're seeing here with Pochettino, that he just needed time? Are we seeing signs of what he wants to do? Because the irony is they've never had more injuries. Against Tottenham, it was 14 first-team players out and significant ones as well, yet they managed to do that and then go on to Sunday.
Yeah, I think we've been sort of speaking about this all season, and in the fact that we've been saying that there are positive signs from Chelsea in how they're playing, and they are showing that they are getting better. However, one thing we speak about week after week with Chelsea is their inability to score and needing a striker and someone prolific. And I think maybe we've been a little bit harsh on Nicholas Jackson at times because he's missed so many opportunities, but his actual return in his first season in the Premier League has been better than Didier Drogba. And you go, but he probably should have had maybe 5 to 10 more goals because of the chances that have been created for him. And I think that's just how harsh criticism can be of certain players. But on a whole, I think he's done a really good job. I think he'll be looking to shift players out and again and in the summer, and condensing that squad, making it a little bit smaller, a little bit tighter, but adding more quality into it as well, and making sure that he brings his training numbers down, because it's very difficult when you're a manager trying to keep everyone in the squad happy.
Well, Pochettino said after that Arsenal defeat, which was a miserable moment, I would think, for them, that when they're good, they're really, really good, and vice versa. When they're bad, they're kind of really, really bad. What do you put that down to? Is that simply the fact that they're all, the majority of them, Thiago Silva apart, very, very young?
I think so, yeah. And they're getting used to playing in a new team, in a new league, some of them. And we've just said about Chelsea, it's about getting that consistency, and you need patience as a manager when you've got such a new group of players, such a young group of players with lots of potential, and it's trying to build those connections. And then when you're trying to do that, you're then getting injuries to lots of different players, so you're not able to keep a consistent back four or, you know, a consistent front line. So that's been difficult, but he's just been working. You can see that he's been developing these players, and this potential is starting now to show. This could be a very good team, especially to watch, because, you know, it's 4 consecutive home games that they've won now, which I think that's important to do that, isn't it? So it was just a time factor, it was just a patience factor. But the fact that they went and beat Tottenham without 14 players, I think that just shows, doesn't it, the development of this team. And I'm actually really enjoying watching them play at the moment.
I think he's got a big decision to make in the summer with one player, and he's cost a lot of money, Enzo Fernandez. I think Chelsea are better without him.
Well, we saw from the Villa game onwards, half-time of the Villa game onwards, Cucurella stepping into, we highlighted it last week, stepping into that midfield. Looks really good. Caicedo perhaps playing better. Conor Gallagher then has more freedom to press. Is that what you're seeing there as well?
Yeah, I just think it's very easy to run off the back of Enzo Fernandez. I've watched him a few times now where I think he doesn't take responsibility for tracking runners. I think he's quite sloppy on the ball. I think he's struggled. Now, I know he's picked up a groin injury and he's had surgery, hasn't he? So maybe I'm being harsh on him. Maybe he's been trying to play for the manager through a situation where he's not being at his best. But Chelsea look a better balanced team when he doesn't play in it. And I think sometimes you've got to work out. It can be so harsh, football, because you think, well, he's a good player.
Yeah, he is.
But relationships on the pitch are everything. And that relationship between Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez isn't great. And when you say you put Cucurella in there, he looks more comfortable alongside him, which is strange because he's a left-back by trade, but he's so comfortable on the ball. But then he understands the defensive side of the game and tracking back and making sure he tracks runners. So I think he's got a decision to make in there. Obviously, next season he'll probably have Lavia back into that position, whether he'll play alongside Caicedo in that midfield position. But it's not really worked out for Enzo Fernandez yet. I hope it does, but at the moment it's not quite being how he wanted it to go.